Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Good Saturday morning, and welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on your AM source for sports in Memphis, AM 790.
Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good? He's getting better. By the end of the show, John Gordon will actually use the one that we probably will use. So we have a 10-second.
I'm making them up as I go along.
I think you're doing great. It's spontaneous. Thank you, John. And that's John Gordon. He is with me on the second Saturday of each month. Talk a little Avery Outdoors, a little waterfowl, which we're going to talk about in the next segment that's got John already. And, of course, on the second Saturday of the month, that means that Ron Wong will be here, and he is here. Good morning, Ron.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. Oh, it's a beautiful day in the
Great
neighborhood.
day, yeah.
Going to be a little bit warm today. It's free fishing day here in the state of Tennessee, and it's Take a Kid Fishing Day.
It is.
So do it and get them hooked on the outdoors.
Well, speaking of getting hooked, there's some people in Mississippi that are more than hooked. The alligator season in Mississippi has become, I don't know, but they have received such notoriety that Ricky Flynt has his own probably moniker now. I mean, he's the Gator Man on Outdoors with Larry Ray. I don't know what everybody else calls him down there, but Ricky is the Alligator Fur Barrier Nuisance Wildlife Program Coordinator, which is such a long title they can't put it on a shirt. And he's on Outdoors with Larry Ray to talk alligators in Mississippi. Good morning, Ricky.
Hey, good morning, and my friends down here call me Stumpy. If that's
Stumpy, okay, Stumpy.
Yeah, Stumpy.
I like
Even
that.
better.
You, that's one too many alligators you tussle with. I hope that doesn't mean that. So, but
Yeah, we won't get any specifics.
no, we don't need to get it. But hey, Ricky, we always love to talk to you, buddy, because this is really 930 permits this year, 7 hunting zones. You've already had the drawing. You've already had the application processes come and gone, which I know went fast as usual, and you're going to make that first drawing on June the 13th. Tell our listeners, every year we talk about the same thing, but my listeners love to hear about it because you guys have taken alligator hunting to the next step. So tell me about how many applications you think you're going to have, and let's talk a little bit about the season dates and what you expect.
Okay. Well, you're right. Alligator hunting has become very popular here in the state of Mississippi, and this is now our 14th year of alligator hunting in the state of Mississippi, and proud to say that we have expanded those opportunities nearly every year since 2005, and we've finally gotten to the point where we're offering alligator hunting on a statewide basis. We've divided it up into 7 different hunting zones across the state, and we issue permits to each zone. Our people who are interested in the hunts have to make an application. This is the second year that we've done an online alligator hunting application. We took applications all last week for 7 days. That ended on Thursday at 10 a.m.
Yep.
And this year we received 4,440 applications.
Did y'all hear that?
930 permits.
Say that one more time, Ricky,
so,
for the people that didn't understand it. You got how many? 4,000 what?
4,440 applications.
Wow.
For 930 available permits.
Does that not tell you that there's a little interest, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of interest, and it has become, it used to be dove season was kind of like the opening of the gate of hunting season in the state of Mississippi, and I proudly state that it seems like now alligator hunting has taken over. It's kind of like opening up the hunting season for everyone each year, and it usually coincides with the dove season, but lots of interest there.
August 31st through September the 10th is the season. That's the 2018 Public Waters alligator hunting season in Mississippi. The permits are free, $234 for the processing. But Ricky, I know, is there ever any
application?
Application. Is there ever any leftover after that first one?
Last year
you had a few,
and we're doing it again this year.
Yeah.
We're when the person is drawn for a permit, we send all the winners an email, and then they have 48 hours to purchase that permit. And
if they
last year after the first drawing, we had about 100 people who chose not to buy their permits. So we had a second drawing to fill those leftover permits, and we will do the same thing again this year. It's yet to be known how many will be involved in that second drawing.
Well, let's talk about gators in Mississippi. You've been there since it started. I'm looking at front of some of these stats that you have put out here as far as length. Alligators over 7 feet long comprise 50% of the total population. Total alligator harvest, the record I assume was 2015 at 982, and last year there was 741 on public waters. From 2014 to 2017, I did not. Alligators that went 10 feet or long comprised 23%. There's some big gators out there, right?
Oh yeah, we've in certain parts of the state, the alligator population is more dense, but then again, in some parts, it's more widespread. But those counties that are along the Mississippi River obviously produce some of the biggest, if you will, heaviest alligators throughout the state. And it's kind of one of those things. Biologists use the term, the better the soil is, the better the plants are, the better the wildlife and fish that eat them.
Yes.
And that kind of falls into the pyramid. When you look at alligators being the apex predator, they're benefiting from that wonderful source of soil that is in that alluvial valley along the Mississippi River. It produces larger individual animals, usually greater health, greater mass, and all of that just multiplies up to the alligators. And there's some very nice specimens along that Mississippi River.
So what's the state record?
Currently, on public waters, is 14 feet and 3/4 of an inch, which was caught last year during the alligator season.
Caught last year, and that thing weighed. Did they weigh it? 14 feet.
Yeah, I don't have that. Let's see. I think it was like 700.
That's enough.
Pounds.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's enough. That
not necessarily the heaviest alligator we've ever caught,
but it was the longest.
We've got some that exceed 800 pounds. Yeah.
Ricky, I was at Ross Barnett earlier this year for a crappie tournament, and I had a chance to ease around in the boat to take some pictures. And above the Highway 43 bridge and some of those swampy areas.
What did you see, Ron?
There were a lot of big ones there, and a lot of the people that hunt these gators during the season are there in that area also. That's one of your denser areas also, isn't it?
Yes. In fact, the Ross Barnett Reservoir and the Pearl River there in Hinds, Rankin, and Madison County in central Mississippi probably does have the densest alligator population of anywhere in the state as far as number of alligators per mile in that immediate area. And you were right there in the middle of it. I'm sure they gave you a nice welcome.
Oh, they did.
I hope you enjoyed their visits. But it is also some very tough terrain. I'm sure you experienced. There's a lot of stumps, logs. There's a lot of floating vegetation, and so it kind of adds to the difficulty of alligator hunting. But there's certainly plenty there for our hunters to try and catch.
Tell our listeners, Ricky, you've been at it all this time now. Why Mississippi? Why has this become such a thing to do?
Tastes good.
Well,
no, I don't think it's taste.
Number one,
I think it's just the thrill of the deal. I mean,
I can tell you from experience, it is the thrill of the deal. I've been doing it for 2 years now, and it's amazing.
All right, we got John Gordon sitting here from Avery. He's been doing it for 2 years. He's still got 2 arms and 2 legs, and it's an amazing, So go ahead, Stumpy. Tell us some more. Why?
Well, it is true, and I spend a lot of time on the water during the alligator season, patrolling and things. And one of the more common comments that I hear from the people as we're out there checking these folks is, they're telling us, this is the most exciting hunt I've ever been on my life, and some of them even say it's the most exciting thing they've ever done in their life.
Yeah.
And to add to that, it's a family-oriented event if a person wants it to be. I see family groups out there that have anywhere from that 6 to 7 year old kid all the way up to the 70, 80-year-old grandpa and every generation in between, all out there working and hunting together and experiencing things in the outdoors that many people will never experience. And talk about recruitment. We ran the numbers last year to look at our license sales and looked at all the people who have bought alligator hunting licenses over the years. And since 2008, alligator hunting in Mississippi has recruited 1,400 people into hunting and buying licenses in Mississippi that have never bought a license before. We're averaging about 150 to 200 recruited hunters every year just from alligator hunting.
Well, and we're talking to Ricky Flynt here, Gator Man for the state of Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, and we got a couple of more minutes here. And so I know, Ricky, that I've got to mention that one of this large 7-foot menacing alligator was spotted in the Wolf River. And all of West Tennessee is blaming it on Mississippi. Could you try to keep those little bitty ones down south? You know, I mean, I've never seen such media publicity off a 7-foot alligator in the Wolf River. We got them up here, don't we?
You know, there are some things that are within my control, just like at my house. I run everything at my house, including the washing machine, and the vacuum cleaner, and the dishwasher. But I can't control these alligators on where they want to go.
And they get to go where they want to, right? I mean,
they do, and you know, I just did a radio interview yesterday talking about the breeding season with alligators, and these things, they move a lot during the breeding season, and they will travel 10, 15 miles even across dry land to get to another water body to find a willing female. Well, and so we've tracked some alligators with our tags. Some of them have gone as far as 50 miles. So
no wonder.
Is it possible that alligator came from Mississippi? It's entirely possible. We're not going to take the blame.
Well, undoubtedly, he hadn't found it.
No, it came from Louisiana.
No, he just can't find that female yet. I mean, they're just not out there, you know. Hey, Ricky, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you again as we get closer to the season. Always great to have you on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and have a great weekend, and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Yes, sir. I enjoy this interview every year. Y'all have a good weekend.
Thank you, Ricky. All right. Let's take a break, and John Gordon will bring us back right after that, and we're going to talk a little Ducks Unlimited here on Outdoors with Larry Ray.